What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful 24 official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button today. Let's get started. Liam undergoes risky experimental surgery as Bill prays for a miracle. In the private clinic, Bill asks Liam, who is sitting up, if he's feeling okay. Liam isn't sure. He's nervous about being in the private facility about to undergo experimental surgery. When Grace walks in, Bill is upbeat. She understands this is unorthodox, but she believes in her colleague and the procedure. Once Liam is prepared for his operation, the surgeon comes in, followed by Grace. Bill says he's counting on him to save his son's life. Liam asks if they're good to go. Grace takes Bill aside to tell him the money has to be wired and paid in full. He urges her to text him the details. He doesn't want to lose his son. Bill tells Liam he'll be waiting outside. "I love you," Liam says. "I love you too, Dad." They both look teary and tense. A surprise visitor and a patient who didn't show up at the hospital, Bridget tells Finn she'll go check on Liam. She really hopes he had a good night. Finn's amazed at how he's handled all of this. He's put his loved ones first. Bridget says he took a bullet for Steffi. Finn remarks on how difficult for her it is to get her mind around him dying. She's sure Liam will want to go home as soon as possible. Finn says he's not ready yet. Poppy appears and says because of what my daughter did and how troubled she was. Poppy tells Finn he needs to speak to him about Luna. She never thought she did right by her, but she loved Finn the way she wanted to be loved. Poppy has a lot of regrets when it comes to her daughter, but not telling her who her father is will haunt her the most. Bridget exits and Poppy guesses Finn hates her. She said she was glad their daughter is gone. She can't forget the awful things Luna did to her. Could he forgive her? Finn wonders what she wants him to say. Luna was very disturbed. "He was still my child," Poppy cries. "And his. He must be feeling the loss. Finn can't do this." He says, "I have to check on Liam." Poppy feels guilty and Finn wonders if she expects him to say something to make her feel better. A nurse knocks and summons him, so Finn leaves. In Liam's room, Bridget asks a nurse if Liam has been taken for tests. The nurse explains that Dr. Buckingham released him into the care of his father, Bill Spencer. Bridget returns to find Finn and updates him on Grace Buckingham releasing Liam into Bill's care. Bridget is sure he'll have an army of doctors and nurses. Finn asks if they even know this is what Liam wanted. Bridget is sure Bill would move heaven and earth for his son. Steffi won't shed a tear for Luna. At Forrester, Steffi, Hope and Carter go over the Luna shooting. Steffi will never forget Liam lunging for the gun. He's an incredible man. Brooke appears and says she agrees. Liam Spencer is a true hero. Talk turns to Liam's brain tumor and Carter remarks on the support that Steffi and Hope have provided him. Brooke wishes the rest of them had known. Hope says Liam wanted it this way. Brooke inquires, "So, the doctors can't really do anything?" They go over the shooting again and Steffi says Luna was taunting Liam. Carter asks about the impact Luna's death had on Finn. Steffi appreciates his concern. Brooke's sure Finn has mixed emotions. Hope doesn't understand how Luna even thought she could be in their lives. Steffi says she became obsessed. She was extremely dangerous. "I'm not about to shed a tear now that she's gone." Steffi calls to inquire about Miss Dillon. She was wondering how Liam was doing. Carter wonders when Liam will be able to come home. Steffi's sure Bill will insist on keeping him at his house. She blames him for a lot of this. Hope's just glad Liam wasn't taken from them. Bill prays for a miracle. At the private clinic, Bill gives someone instructions by phone to wire the money. He mutters to himself that the doctor better know what the hell he's doing. In the OR, Grace assures Liam he's in good hands. They put him under and exchange a glance. Grace finally says, "Scalpel," and they begin. In the waiting area, Bill gets confirmation that the wire transfer has gone through. Looking upward, he tells God if he wants to take someone, to take him. He pleads, "Please, do not take my son from me." In the OR, Liam's eyelids flutters as Grace and the surgeon work on his brain. Grace joins Bill in the waiting area and tells him the procedure is over. Liam's in recovery. Bill wants to see him now. Grace leads him into the recovery room, where Liam is still unconscious. Grace says he will be for a while. The surgeon says the procedure went well. Grace tells Bill they pulled off a medical miracle for his son. Bill cries that they were told there's no hope, but now she's saying he could live. Grace nods. That's what she's telling him. Bill marvels the odds of this are 1 in a million. Bill whisks Liam away. The bold and the beautiful Bill whisking an unconscious Liam away from the hospital. Will this further endanger Liam, or is it precisely what he needs? In Los Angeles, it looks like a day filled with significant decisions and a lot of drama. You won't want to miss a bit of it. Tune in to CBS or Paramount Plus to watch your favorites as they navigate the details from the past and present. These moments will shape these iconic characters' future, no doubt, leaving you on the edge of your seat. The bold and the beautiful. Luna caused chaos when she shot both Sheila and Liam. Liam shot Luna. Though Luna seemed to be recovering after surgery, there was a heartbreaking twist. Lee revealed that Luna had died. Poppy was openly happy that Luna, the dangerous woman, had passed away, and she had not the slightest regret for her loss. Lee, clearly upset by Poppy's harsh words, tried to remind her of the gravity of the situation, but Poppy doubled down on her shocking declaration, making it clear she had no regrets. Meanwhile, Liam faced a grueling recovery, not only battling the physical aftermath of being shot, but also dealing with a devastating diagnosis, an inoperable brain tumor. Bill, desperate to see his son recover, couldn't shake his impatience as he waited for news. But Steffi, Ridge, and even Hope reminded Bill that he was partly to blame for Luna not being behind bars, where she belonged. Bill, filled with regret, apologized to Liam and acknowledged his mistakes. But Hope accidentally revealed Liam's tumor to Bill. The news sent Bill into a spiral. Grace worked tirelessly in the operating room, doing everything she could to give Liam a chance at recovery. Bill saw his son after the surgery. Then, Grace let Bill and Liam know there was a Hail Mary chance to save his life. Liam was willing to give it a shot and Bill was willing to pay for it. Of course, there was one small catch: it had to remain a secret from the hospital and everyone. In the quiet, sterile halls of the private clinic, nestled far from prying eyes, the sense of urgency mingled with raw hope as Liam Spencer, the son of billionaire Bill Spencer, sat upright in a hospital bed, nervously awaiting a life-altering procedure. The walls, painted in subdued shades of white and gray, echoed with the weight of unspoken fears and a father's desperate love. Normally a giant of self-assurance and bravado, Bill looked at his son with pride, hurt, and helplessness. "Are you feeling okay?" he asked, voice low and gravelly, not from lack of sleep, but from the weight of emotion pressing on his chest. Liam, wearing a hospital gown and the anxious expression of someone staring down death, replied with uncertainty, admitting he wasn't sure how to feel. He glanced around the unfamiliar room, aware that this wasn't a standard hospital setting. This was somewhere secret, somewhere experimental. And the stakes were everything. Optimism, however strained, held Bill up like a crutch as Dr. Grace Buckingham entered the room. Her face was calm but carried the weight of knowing she was guiding a high-risk operation. She acknowledged how unconventional the circumstances were, yet stood firmly behind her mysterious colleague and the procedure they were about to undertake. Liam was soon prepped, and the masked surgeon entered the room, flanked by Grace. Bill, unable to contain the anxiety roiling in his gut, turned to the man about to operate on his only son. "I'm counting on you to save his life," he said, grasping the surgeon's arm with quiet intensity. Liam, now fully aware of the gravity of what was about to happen, asked if they were ready to begin. But Grace pulled Bill aside. She needed confirmation that the full payment had been wired. Bill, tense with the pressure of time and love, told her to text him the bank details. This wasn't about money, this was about saving his son. "I don't care what it takes," he whispered. "Just do it." "I love you," Liam said suddenly, his voice cracking. Bill turned back with misty eyes. "I love you too, son." While Liam was being wheeled into the operating room, other events were unfolding back at the hospital. Dr. Bridget Forrester told John Finn Finnegan that she planned to check on Liam, expressing her hope that he had a restful night. Finn, always steady and composed, admired how Liam had put his loved ones first despite the burden of a terminal diagnosis. "He took a bullet for Steffi," Bridget reminded him. Finn nodded solemnly, acknowledging how hard it was for Steffi to prepare for losing Liam. Bridget, on the other hand, believed that Liam would want to be with his family as soon as possible. Finn, however, wasn't so sure. Luna's mother, Poppy Nozawa, interrupted their conversation. Her appearance was somber, haunted by past regrets. She approached Finn to discuss her daughter, Luna. She admitted